Hey everybody, this is Julian Mack and this is Great Black Swamp Talk. We're here on a cold January day protesting the assassination of an Iranian official. I'm here with two special people. Could you please introduce yourself to the audience?
My name is Xavier Carrigan. I'm running for U.S. Congress in Ohio's 5th Congressional District to finally get Bob Latta out.
All right.
And I'm Nancy Larson. I'm running for the Ohio House of Representatives, District 47, against he who shall not be named.
Okay. All right. Now, you're running for Congress. You're running for Ohio, the Ohio House of Representatives. First, on an Ohio level, why is it important for you to be out here today?
In every level, there is not representation of the people's voice, whether that's happening in Columbus or whether that's in Washington, D.C. The representatives who are supposed to be doing what is in our best interest just don't give a crap, and I am personally tired of that, whether it's federal. War is not supposed to happen and without congressional oversight, and we are not officially at war, but this president has a blank check, and the people in the Ohio State House totally disregard what their constituents want. So same thing, same problem happening.
Thanks. And you're running for Congress. To have a voice of Northwest Ohio, part of Northwest Ohio in Congress. Why is it so important? Why are you out here, and why is that so important to have this type of progressive voice in Congress?
Well, the reason why I'm out here today right now is because the assassination that occurred is a message that we're sending to the rest of the world that U.S. has carte blanche to do whatever it wants at any time, just as long as we can label somebody as a terrorist. And that was a precedent that was really set during the Bush administration, during the Bush era, that basically said whatever the president wants to do, they can do it as long as they label him as a terrorist. And that is a precedent that has been used by every administration since. And that right there allows an individual, their party, whoever's in that position of power, to do whatever they want to fulfill their personal agenda. And that's really the bigger question, is qui bono, who benefits? That's what we have to ask from this assassination, because the American people don't benefit. When Trump sits there and tries to make the comment about how this action protects American lives overseas, are you kidding me? This action has actually put American lives at risk, not just here, but in the Middle East. American lives in Europe, American lives even in Asia, anywhere that Iran has a reach. And more importantly, the bigger thing we need to keep in mind right now, and part of the reason why I'm out here, is because December 29th, Iran was doing exercises, military exercises, with China and Russia. So if we think that this is a conflict that's going to strictly be between us and Iran, we're deluding ourselves. We're fooling ourselves into a conflict we cannot win. We cannot go to war. We cannot risk lives of American citizens. We cannot risk the lives of citizens of other countries. And all of this over one individual who was starting riots and protests. I'm out here protesting right now. That's the American way.
Yeah.
That's the American dream, is the fact that we can protest, that we can challenge our figures of authority. But answer me this. When did they attack us on U.S. soil? When did Iran do that?
So let me ask you a question then, and this is really to both of you. Do you feel that this action has anything to do with impeachment?
President has distracted and gotten in the way of the rightful process, ignored subpoenas, ignored what has been the normal process. Yes, a distraction of this magnitude is exactly what would be perfect to take the focus off of what is happening with him and the trial that needs to happen in the Senate. But it's chaotic. On a state house level, when I see people in Columbus who have been willing to not do anything about gun violence, for instance, our own citizens, our kids, our folks in Jewish synagogues, we are getting killed, and they are okay with that. They're not willing to take action to stop hear from our own citizens. So the idea of having American citizens be more at risk from this kind of an action is like acceptable to them. It's just insane.
And what about you? Do you feel this has anything to do with impeachment?
So, does it have anything to do with impeachment? It could. To say that it directly does, that I think is it's a bridge too far to make that kind of statement. But is there a chance? Of course there's a chance that this could be related to the impeachment, but there's also a number of other things that are going on right now that this could be a distraction of, and we need to keep that in mind. So instead of just looking at things on the surface and what we're looking at right now in the assassination, we need to look at the nuance, the details, the tiny little parts that we're glazing over, because whenever things like this occur, there are other far more sinister things also going on at the exact same time. So it's our responsibility as a public, it's our responsibility as a nation in order to make sure that we're not just looking at the shiny keys. We can't just focus on the shiny keys. We also, because I don't want us to disregard or to downplay the assassination in any way, shape, or form, but we cannot disregard the other matters that are also going on. Does include impeachment. So could it be a distraction from that? Sure, but it could also be a distraction from another number of other things as well.
Okay. And lastly, how do we get in contact with your campaign?
So Xavier Carrigan, MXC2020.com. Those are my initials, Michael Xavier Carrigan. So MXC2020.com. We can use all the help that you guys are willing to give, including donations, volunteers. We super appreciate it. You can find us on Facebook, you can find us on YouTube, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram. Please, let's get Lat out of office, but let's also get a progressive voice on Capitol Hill.
And if someone wanted to vote for you, when would they vote for you?
March 17th is the primary. We got to win the primary, then we're going on to the general election. And the important thing to keep in mind with that is, I already have people on both sides of the aisle who are saying they're going to vote for me because my message is not one-sided. It's for the working class. It's for everybody.
Thank you. And Nancy, how would we get in contact with you if somebody wants to learn more about your campaign?
I'm on Nancy for Us, NANCY for FOR.US.
And when would we vote for you?
I don't have a primary challenger, so I am going to be the endorsed Democrat on the ballot running against the Republican incumbent. And the election is November 3rd, which is my birthday. So I want a birthday present. District 47, you will be happy that I will listen to you and I will do the best job possible.
Well, thank you very much. I'm Julian Mack, and this is Great Black Swamp Talk. Remember, swamp up or sit down so we all may prosper. Peace.